G'day, my name's Wilfred West from Locksport, Victoria, Australia. Today's date is the 31st of the 7th, 2015, and it's 13 past 9 in the morning, and we're at the Locksport Surf Beach Lookout. And this is my say on what I think the Labor Party should do if they win, when they win the next election. First of all, you've got to reintroduce the Telstra deal you had with the cables, the fibre cables going out to everybody. That has to be reintroduced and re-put back into place, okay? Because that there is actually a game changer in the Australian community. Because you can get people who can do their job from home, right? But they can live anywhere, then almost in the country, and have that one fast connection to do so. Okay, so people can move out to the country, encourage more growth out to the countries, the small towns, and that way there you put less pressure on the cities. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing, the Labor should, I don't think it will ever do it, but the Labor leader should introduce a new committee to looking at government expenses. Right? You get paid enough as it is. Right? Simple as that. You're getting overpaid for what you're doing, and then of course you get your benefits at the end of it when you retire, and you get unlimited freaking pensions and so forth like that, which I think has to change. I think the government has to sit down with the independents, with the Greens, with the Nationals. They're going to be basically non-existent anymore, but they have to sit down together as a whole group, get an organised group of people to work on government expenses, how it works, how much, what can you use it for, when do you use it, and so forth. They need a proper guideline that's basically written on paper, so we don't have incidents like Bronwyn Bishop flying from Melbourne to Geelong. Okay, they need to sit down. The government has balls to sit down and do all that. Okay, that's the first thing. It's the second thing. Sorry, first thing was Telstra. The third thing they should also do is change the political way of how donations are worked. They should not. I've got no problem getting donations and all that, or companies giving donations to political parties. We know why they're doing it, okay? And it's obvious. But they should make it clear immediately, okay? Not 18 months down the track when it's a possible election happening. We should know, have a system in place, an organisation in place where it says this is where every single cent goes to, okay, regardless of where it comes from. That's my personal opinion, except for probably under amounts of $200 or $1,000 at the very most. I say if you donate $1,000, you could be under $1,000 should be anonymous, and that should be capped. So that's number 3. Okay, so number 4, what the Labor should be also introducing, right, is damn it, just had a tip of my tongue there for a second. Caps on the amount each party can spend on the election. Okay, sorry, I was just thinking about the donations. This was part of the roll on it. I do apologise for that. So, let's sit down and think about this. The government sits down and says, okay, you're allowed to spend this much on advertising. Okay? And a fixed amount on advertising. It cannot be a cent over it. You know what I mean? If you so, they'll give everybody a fair crack at the whip. Okay? And they should say, okay, this is how much the government is allowed to spend on their advertising. And that saves us bloody time and effort listening to your political crap about how you're going to do this and how you're going to do that. Okay? I don't want to know that. If you have to spend less money, you're going to have to put more content into what you're trying to sell us. Okay, and more information you're trying to sell us, and the easiest way to try to sell us that information. Okay, that I think should be done, because otherwise you end up like America, where they can spend a person like Donald Trump can get into office and spend billions of dollars, right, of his own money, and then do that, or even hypothetically have money behind donations, billions of dollars behind him, and put that into it. So we're going to have to stop that. Okay, and the reason why I'm also said about the other thing, it has to be open. Everything above $1,000 should be transparent immediately, is because if we do not, donation-wise, if we do not go down that pathway, we'll end up going down the slippery slope of America's pathway, where the politicians are bought and sold, basically. Big business. You don't have to be a genius to see it. Okay, you can see a politician either work for a company, then become a politician into the Senate, or vice versa. Gets up to the politician, gets voted, money's behind him. If you can track it, they've made it harder for people to track the money of the parties are getting and senators are getting. And if you eventually figure that out and track that, you'll see certain companies paying certain people, right, to do their job and to change, even though they might be environmentalist, environmental laws. But this company needs a tweak of environmental laws to change so they can activate they can continue doing business. So the person who's in charge of those environmental laws tweaks that. We're getting the same effect here in Australia, I've noticed this. Tweaks that, right? And then now this company can now do their business, right, within the environmental laws of that piece. Then of course later when that person retires, he then leaves office and works for that company as a CEO or something else, or as a spokesperson, or as an advisor to that company. I mean, it's no brainer. You know that they've got the nose in the trough, okay? Simple as that. The same thing is happening with the mine we have here in Australia. It's on a floodplain. To me, to everybody else in Australia who wants to build there or something like that, it's a floodplain. But to that mining company, it's not a floodplain. So that has to be stopped, has to be looked into and very carefully stopped. If we don't stop that, then we're in trouble. And lastly, we shouldn't be bringing in foreign workers from other countries. Now let's say you've got a farm, right, and you've scoured locally and the whole of Australia for pickers, right? You need somebody to work that farm, okay? And you can't find anybody in Australia. Yes, bring in foreign workers there. But if you've got industry like I heard what the Chinese want to invest in, right? They want to invest in a cattle farm, a slaughterhouse, and also the docks. They want to buy all of those, right? Now, they want to bring in 5,000 workers. I'm sorry, but that should not happen, ever. Right, first of all, we shouldn't allow them to buy it outright, because the money then is going to be shipped over, the profits going to be shipped overseas. Second of all those jobs are going to be taken up by foreign workers, going to get paid less money compared to Australian will get paid. We don't know what's going to come in those docks as well, because they're going to own the docks and control the docks. Okay, I do not trust it. Right? And not only that, there'll be Australians out there losing jobs. There'll be cattle farmers out there losing. Fair enough, they lose their job. Right? The cattle rustlers, they might end up getting Chinese ones in there to replace them. The slaughterhouse will be getting experts in the field in Australia, which we have high standards in our slaughterhouses, will be replaced by Chinese, and their standards are not that good. Okay? It's a given. And then of course you've got transport. Then of course there'll be Chinese drivers instead of Australian drivers. So there's another job gone out the window. And then of course the docks will be owned by the Chinese, of course. So the money then, the control and everything else like that goes overseas, and the money goes overseas. And of course the jobs there are going to be Chinese, so it's no longer Australian anymore. Do you see the problem there is in this? Same with the mining. There is people that they're skilled to do all those jobs in Australia and willing to do all those jobs, right? But you cannot allow companies foreign owners or companies to do that, okay? To allow them to build a company, put inferior workers, as far as I look at it, into the job, to get paid them less to do more hours. That's not the Australian way, okay? And if the government doesn't do something about it, the next government should, or the independents should stand up, or the Senate should stand up, or the Greens should say something. Okay? We have to stand up for Australia and Australians. Okay, not just white, black, Asian, or whatever. Okay? Anybody who lives in Australia, has Australian citizenship, they were born, came here, migrated here, to me is Australian. Okay? Anybody else you bring in from overseas to work in a job that an Australian could do is not an Australian. You know that, I know that. We should be looking at working for workers, looking at our own workforce before when we think about touching anything from overseas. If there, hypothetically, if there's a skilled job out there that only foreign trained person can do, and so be it. Let that foreign trained person do that job. Other than that, find Australian. If we can't train Australian to do that job, right, then yes, you hire a foreign worker. Okay? Or if that job is no Australian wants to do that job, yeah, hire Australian work, hire a foreign worker. But do not bring in other foreign workers to do that, and do not let China buy land or buy own property here in Australia. We can't buy land or own property in China. It's always owned by the state eventually. Okay, we can't only lease it or rent it. Right? We cannot own it. And anyway, who would want to? Look how polluted their country is. Look how their laws, their pollution laws are going out the window. Okay, how friendly they are to the environment. Do we really want that in Australia? No, we don't. We want to go down renewable energies, not coal or anything else like that. That's my personal opinion. That's my say. My name is Wilfred from Motorsport Victoria, Australia. Having my say. Signing off. Thank you for watching my videos, and you all have a great day now. And speak up and speak out.